County Bus and Coach, Edmonton, Gibbs Road, and it was used the code EM, but I don't think that was official. In 1991, the contracts for the 444, renumbered from 144, W14, W15 and W16 were awarded to County Bus and Coach Ltd. Initially, they had only been awarded the W14, previously operated by Thamesway, but a strike by staff at London Forest over the new pay package resulted in the revoking of the contract awards and giving them to the second best bidder. In the case of the 144, W15 and W16, it was County Bus and Coach. It was announced that London Forest would be disbanded in November, as Grove and Walthamstow would be closed, and Clapton would transfer to Leaside and Leyton to East London. County Bus and Coach acquired Davian Coaches on the 1st of October. Their base at Gibbs Road would be used for the 444, W15 and W16. The W14 would operate from Debden. Loss of staff at Walthamstow resulted in the W16 being taken over early from the 26th of October. The 144 from the 16th of November, when it was renumbered 444, and with its Sunday extension to Muswell Hill withdrawn, and it was converted from Leyland Titan to Dart at a slightly higher frequency. Then the W14 and W15 from the planned date of the 23rd of November. The fully were acquired. 13 9-metre darts with pointed bodywork for the 444 and W16 DP 301 to 313 J 301 to 313 WHJ. 12 Mercedes-Benz 811D with Reeve Burgess bodywork for the W15, MD 601 to 612 J 601 to 612 WHJ. 6 Mercedes-Benz 709D with Reeve Burgess bodywork for the W14, MB 933 to 938 J 933 to 938 WHJ, allocated to Debden. These buses carried a cream and green livery with Lee Valley 444 W15 W16 or Townlink W14 branding. After the contracts were awarded, it was decided not to withdraw the 144 444 between Edmonton, Cambridge and Turnpike Lane Station, but only enough buses had been ordered for the shorter version. SNB 215 and an MB 811D were used until new buses arrived. Edmonton did not operate any bus routes on Boxing Day in 1991. In 1992, a pair of 9-metre dart with right-handy bus bodywork arrived for the 444. DW315J315XVX entered service on the 20th of February, followed by DW314J314XVX in March. SNB 215 moved to Hoddesdon in February. Now, following a fire, an arson attack, DP309 was sent up the road to Plaxton's Ware for rebodying after an arson attack at Edmonton on the 25th of June. From the 5th of September, the 363 Hammond Street Waltham Cross was introduced Monday to Saturday evenings as part of the new Hertfordshire County Council route tendering process. This had been covered by the 242. The route was introduced Sundays as part of the same process, but upon each day was ordered to Thamesway. Now this becomes relevant later on. It's not a TIRF, it's not a London Transport route. County Bus changed the allocation from an Iveco City Pacer to Iveco Mercedes-Benz 709D. The local bus operations of Jetsy Limited, Golden Boy Coaches, were acquired on the 3rd of October. The coach business remained with Golden Boy Coaches. Harlow was allocated to 354, 392, 393, 852, 853, 854, 857, 858, 860, M1, M2, M3 and M4, Hoddesdon the C1 and the Hertford outstation the 350 and 351. The 121 was operated by County Bus on Boxing Day from Edmonton using DP 301, 305, 311 and DW315, but the 444, W15 and W16 didn't operate. In 1993, the rebodied DP309 returned to Edmonton in March, At the same time, County Bus took delivery of 9.8 metre DPL 405 to 414, which all went to Harlow and the Debden outstation, where they were used on the 250 and 251, and this is continued replacement of later nationals. The new garage at Marsh Lane Ware, code WE, opened on Saturday the 10th of July. In terms of bus operations, it replaced Hoddesdon with the Hertford outstation, but Hoddesdon was retained as an engineering and workshop base, and although coaches were allocated to Ware, they were outstationed at Hoddesdon. Now, from this date, the operation of the commercial 363 moved from Hoddesdon to Edmonton, along with MB 927 to 930. City Bus Chedderton were acquired on the 16th of July, and Nationals SN 585 and 586 were transferred up to Manchester on the 31st of July, having been repainted into their two-tone blue livery, followed by LN 604 and SN 319 in September. The new Grays Bus Garage opened on the 18th of September, replacing the existing site opened by London Transport in February 1935. On Boxing Day, the 121 didn't run, but County Bus ran the 210 instead, using DP 301, 305 and 312 from Edmonton. The 444, W15 and W16 did not run. In 1994, from 29th of January, a full evening service was added to the W16 with the last buses around midnight. Before this, there had been no service after approximately 1900 hours. The award of mobility bus routes 900, 901, 903, 906, 907, 908, 909, 910, 920, 921, 922, 923, 924, 925, 927, 929, 947, 948 and 969 resulted in addition of 4 wheelchair lift fitted Iveco 59.12 with Marshall bodywork MBT 713 to 716. There'd also be 11 standard buses MB 717, 727 for other work at Grays, Harlow and Ware. Some could be found on the 363 and 517. And these are the registration numbers. MB 717 and 718 were LOVX, MB 719 to 721, 725 to 727 were MUTW, MB 722 was LOVX, and MB 723, 724 were LPHK. MB 728 and 729 were added. They arrived in November with as MUTW. They were allocated to Ware. The routes taken over from the routes were taken over from the 18th of June. MBT 713 to 716, L 713 to 716 OVX were allocated to Edmonton. The commercial 363 was extended to Tottenham Hale from the 2nd of July. At first, the MBT were often used on Saturdays. The Lynton Travel Group was sold to West Midlands Travel on the 7th of October. This included County Bus and Coach, but excluded subsidiaries Biss Brothers Airport Coaches and City Bus Chadderton. On Boxing Day, the 210 was operated by County Bus again. Edmonton used DP 302, 306 and 308. The 444, W15 and W16 didn't operate. The 121 did run, but was operated by its regular operator, Carry Leaside. As of the 1st of January 1995, the allocation at Edmonton consisted of DP 301 to 313, DW 314 and 315, MD 601 to 612, MBT 713 to 716, and MB 845, 918 and 927 to 931. And there were coaches which were outstationed. BTL 6 and 10, BP 504 and 507, LD 557 and 558, and TDL 37. In 1995, the 360 was revised from the 4th of February. It was rerouted between Ponders End and Lee Valley Leisure Centre via Hertford Road, Nightingale Road, Pickett's Lock Lane, instead of Nags Head Road and Meridian Way. Frequencies were increased and revised, now every 20 minutes over the whole route, Monday to Friday off-peak and Saturday daytimes. Monday to Friday peaks now every 30 minutes from end to end, with extra journeys between Hammond Street and Waltham Cross, boosting the frequency to every 50 minutes over that section. Hourly Monday to Saturday evenings over the whole route. extra journeys between Lee Valley Leisure Centre and Tottenham Hale to give a 20-minute frequency on this section. MB919 was transferred from Harlow. This carried branding for the 363. LD557 and 558 were transferred to West Midlands Travel in February. West Midlands Travel sold Westlink to London United effective the 15th of September. There was never any loaning of buses or common buying policy between County Bus and Westlink. The two operations were entirely separate. And then MD609 suffered a fire in October. And then DP304 worked the 363 on the 18th of November. The mobility bus route survives from the 16th of December. A new 902 was added, but the 95 and 97 were withdrawn. On Boxing Day, the 121 ran again. This time it was operated by County Bus using DP from Edmonton. The 210 was worked by the incumbent operator Grey Green, and the 444 W15 and W16 did not run. In 1996, coaches BTL 610 and TDL 37 were transferred to Ware, leaving BP 504 and 507 at Edmonton. Leyland National SN 312 was transferred into Edmonton, having been unlicensed at Harlow, who was officially a trainer and the last national in the county bus fleet, was unlicensed again in March and transferred to Ware. At midnight on the 28th to 29th of February, County Bus and Coach was sold to the Carrier Group. At this point, it consisted of Leaside buses, Grey Green and South London. This followed by the purchase of British Bus on the 18th of June, bringing almost all of London Country back under common ownership. The first intercompany transfer loan was M996, which entered service at Grace from the 27th of March. It was joined by M790 from 2nd of April, and these turned into transfers and followed by M388, 474 and 782, with Ware receiving M509 and 746. Grace received a batch of new DOT SLFs in November for the 370 and 373, and then suddenly the Atlantean were gone along with the M, although two of the M remained for schoolwork. From the 31st of March, the Sunday service on the 363 was transferred from Thamesway to County Bus. The Monday-Saturday evening service was retained by County Bus. From the 16th of June through to the 29th of September, the 363 operated on Sundays and bank holidays between Tottenham Hale and Pickett's Lock. So on Sundays, the 363 operated two unconnected services, because obviously there's a Waltham Cross Hammond Street service on that day as well. County Bus operated the 192 on Boxing Day from Edmonton using DP 302 to 304, and the 444 W15 and W16 did not run. In 1997, there was a vision coordination of services along Hertford Road from 5th of April. This ended the competition between County Bus and MTL London Northern and involved the 310, 310A, 311 and 317. The 363 was routed between Ponders End and Pickett's Lock via Galliard Road, Berry Street, Hertford Road, Edmonton Green Bus Station, Bounces Road and Montague Road. New Route 327 was introduced, but at this point it was a commercial service that accepted LT passes and, the usual stuff. The 317 was involved because the 311 was withdrawn between Waltham Cross and Enfield Monday to Saturday daytimes, and the 310 or 311 Monday, Saturday evenings and Sundays, and 317 will have a coordinated timetable on this section. The 310 and 311 would be rerouted via Crown Road and Baird Road. MTL and County Bus tickets would be accepted on the 310, 310A, 310B and 311, and County Bus would operate some journeys on the 310B for the first time. MB 722 and 723 were transferred from Ware to Edmonton. The local bus operations of West Coaches were acquired by the Carrier Group. The West Coaches vehicles were transferred to Debden on Sunday the 3rd of August. For the 27th of September, the operations at Edmonton Gibbs Road moved to the former London Suburban bus site at Edmonton Wharf, and the buses moved with DP 301 to 313, DW 314 and 315, MB 601 to 612, MBT 713 to 716, Iveco 722 and 723, and Mercedes-Benz 709D, 918, 919, 97 to 931, and Bedford coach trainers BP 504 and 507, and the source is various lots newsletters. Now, if we go to have a look at Google Street View, this is 2024, and this is Gibbs Road, so it just ends down here, and if we swivel round, that's it, that's all there is. Now if we go up to this yard across here, it's labelled as Beckett Road. You can see we've now gone to 2012, and if we have a look in here, we've got Davian Coaches parked up. Now, on the basis of why there are Davian Coaches here, and the thought that the same site is often used by different operators, so if you think about Harlesden or Raynham, I wonder if this is the depot, Gibbs Road, even though it's in Beckett Road and not Gibbs Road. So if anyone knows different, tell me, because I can't get confirmation. I mean, it might be chance that there's a depot here with Davian Coaches in it, and Davian Coaches might have had a depot down here somewhere in Gibbs Road, but if it was in Gibbs Road, I can't find any evidence of it. But you know, it's a bit coincidental that you've got a depot here. Now on Flickr, there's this image Steve Guess of one of the Mercedes-Benz on the W15, and it's loading up. I think this is 608, so it's loading up at Walthamstow, and you can see it looks brand new, and you can see how even then how busy the W15 was. This image by Malcolm Conway, this is Dart 312, and this is one of the Boxing Day operations, so that's why it's on the 210 at Archway. This image by Chris Roberts, this is Dart, the handy bus, white handy bus bodied Dart 315 on the 444, and it's leaving the old Turnpike Lane bus station before it all got redeveloped. This is Michael Wadman and a photograph of one of the mobility buses that they used at Edmonton. And this image in Memorium PLCD's photostream shows the 363, and it's on a short working up to Lee Valley. So it's either one of the evening journeys or the Sunday service. So I'll put links to all of these in the description below the video. I may not be able to fit this text in though, because obviously there's a limit, but I'll put the links in. Obviously the priority goes to links for Steve Guess, Malcolm Conway, Chris Roberts, Michael Wadman, and In Memoriam PLCD one's photo stream. I'll also put a link to Google Street View, and if you know yourself that they actually did have a depot in Gibbs Road, put it in the comments and tell me exactly where it was, because I can't find any evidence for it.